Dad always traveled with his blue bag. The one with the stitched up handle and the little red tag that said, "Don't lose me." He never went far. Sometimes to the next town, sometimes just to the gas station for gum. Every time he left, he'd kneel down and look me right in the eyes. "Back before you even miss me," he'd say. And he always was .so the day he zipped up that blue bag and said, "Just a short trip this time, champ." I believed him. He hugged me tight, tighter than usual, so tight it made my ribs tickle. He kissed the top of my head, looked at Mom, and said, "Won't be long." I stood at the window and waved as he walked to the car. He waved back twice. That meant "I love you" in our language. I waited until the car disappeared down the road, then went to color a picture of us at the park, him pushing me on the swing, his smile wide like the sky. That night, I asked Mom what time he'd be home. She said, "Soon, sweetheart. It's just a short trip, remember?" I nodded, but I still waited by the window, just in case he got back before bedtime. He didn't. The next morning, I checked the driveway. No car. At school, I told my friend Jacob that Dad went on a trip, but it was a short one. I said he'd probably bring me something cool. He always brought something candy, a rock shaped like a heart, once even a plastic lizard that I named Pete. But that afternoon, the driveway was still empty. I waited by the window. Dinner came and went. No car, no Dad. Maybe he stopped to get gas, I said out loud. Or maybe the car broke down. Mom didn't say much. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. She cleaned the same spot on the counter over and over until it was already clean. On the third day, I started drawing signs. "Welcome home, Dad." I used all my red crayons because red was his favorite color. He said it was the color of strong hearts. I taped the signs to the window. I practiced running from the living room to the front door so I'd be fast when he pulled up. But he didn't pull up. I asked Mom again, "Where is he?" "It's not a short trip anymore." She crouched down, her eyes shiny like glass. "Sometimes," she said slowly, "a short trip doesn't go the way we expect." I didn't know what that meant. "Is he lost?" She hugged me so tight, but she didn't answer. That night, I stared at the ceiling in the dark. I whispered, "Please be okay. Please be trying to get home." The next morning, I ran to the window again. Still no car, still no Dad. It had been a week. 7 nights without the sound of his car in the driveway. 7 mornings waking up hoping to hear the front door creak open. 7 days of staring through the window until my eyes burned. I kept count by drawing little red stars on the calendar in the kitchen. 1 for each day he was gone. I stopped at 7 because I ran out of red crayon. Mom tried to keep things the same. She still packed my lunch, still braided my hair gently, even when I fidgeted, still read bedtime stories, but never the ones Dad used to read. Those were quiet now, like his voice had taken the stories with him. I asked her again, "Is he coming back?" She paused in the middle of folding laundry. I don't know, honey." That answer broke something in me. It was the first time she didn't say soon, or any day now. Just, "I don't know." I wanted to scream. I wanted to yell that he promised, that he never broke promises, but I didn't. I just nodded, and folded one of his t-shirts into a tiny square. It still smelled like him. After school, I sat at the window with Pete, the plastic lizard, in my hand. I told him all the reasons Dad might be late. Maybe the map got wet. Maybe he saw a lost puppy and had to help it. Maybe he found a cave full of treasure and got trapped under all the gold. I liked that one best. That night, I had a dream. Dad was standing in our yard, waving at me, but no matter how fast I ran, I couldn't reach him. The window was always between us. I woke up with my face pressed against the glass. There was fog outside, and a small flower had bloomed near the porch. It was yellow, Mom's favorite color. I picked it and set it on Dad's empty chair at the table. No one said anything, but I saw Mom bite her lip, like she was holding back a storm. A few days later, a letter arrived, not from Dad, from someone I didn't know. Mom read it in the hallway, then sat on the floor, holding it to her chest. I asked what it said. She wiped her eyes and pulled me into her lap. It says, he loved you very much, that he tried to come home, that he was thinking about us. My hands got cold. Did he get lost? She nodded. In a way. Can we help him? I think he's safe now. Just not here. I didn't understand. So I waited by the window again. Not because I thought he'd pull into the driveway, but because that's where I felt closest to him. Sometimes I talked to him, like he could hear me. Today I ran faster in gym class. I learned how to make grilled cheese without burning it. I still miss you, and sometimes I sat in silence, because some kinds of missing don't need words. Time didn't stop, even if I wanted it to. Seasons changed. The leaves outside our window turned yellow, then red, then disappeared altogether. Snow came and covered the porch, the same porch where I had waved goodbye. The welcome back. That sign I made months ago was still taped to the window, though the edges were curling, and the colors had faded from the sun. Mom asked once if I wanted to take it down. I said no, not because I thought he'd come back, but because that sign was the last thing I made when I believed he would. I think Mom understood. We talked about him more openly now, not like he was on a trip, not like he'd call any minute, but like he was part of us, just not where we could see. Some days I'd sit on the couch and hold his old sweater, the soft gray one with a little hole in the sleeve. He used to wear it when we watched cartoons on Sunday mornings. I used to think the sweater smelled like coffee and safety. Now it smelled mostly like a memory, but I still wore it sometimes, even though the sleeve swallowed my hands. One night, while I was drawing, I found myself sketching a picture without even thinking. It was me sitting by the window, and next to me, a soft outline of Dad. He was smiling, just like always, but transparent, like a ghost made of sunlight. I stared at it for a long time. Then I whispered, "If you're still out there, I'm okay. I really am." I wasn't lying. Not fully. I still missed him. I still dreamed of hearing the gravel crunch under his tires. Still imagined what he'd say when he saw how much taller I'd gotten. But I also laughed again at real things with real people. I even made a new friend named Ezra. We both liked space and dinosaurs and making volcanoes out of clay. He didn't ask too many questions, just sat with me by the window once during lunch and said, I think your dad would be proud of you. I nodded, because I thought so too. On the anniversary of the day Dad left, Mom and I lit a candle. She didn't cry, neither did I. We just sat close, watching the flame flicker in the quiet. It felt like he was there, in the warmth, in the stillness, in us. Later that night, I stood by the window again. The stars were out, not many, but enough. I looked up and whispered, "You were right. It really was just a short trip. Because even though you're gone, you never really left." And for the first time, I stepped away from the window without looking back. If this story touched your heart, leave a like to help more people find this video. And if you want to hear more stories told through a child's eyes, subscribe to the channel. Every click from you is like a hug for someone who's felt too much longing.